Oh, okay. Um, all right. So we're here with Sadie Storts. By the time the viewers are seeing this, your set's going to be up on YouTube. Um, so that'll be fun. Make sure you watch that. So my first question for you is like, how did you get your start as a musician, and like, what made you want to be a singer-songwriter?
Yeah, I grew up with lots of music in my house, so it sort of became like a given to like I was drawn towards that music, so automatically I wanted to be a part of it and be involved in it. So basically I got my start with music through my family, and then singing and songwriting, like that became just like a part of me, I guess, and that's what I like naturally did. So I don't know, I guess it was just like something I had inside of me.
Yeah, yeah, that's really nice. I like that. And so then, kind of getting into your local happenings, what was it like competing with Instaband and then winning that?
That was really fun. I've never been a part of like a songwriting competition before. I've always wanted to do those like in the past, but like it always just seemed like such like a long like process, and it was always like sort of risky. Like just for me, like I don't know what the outcome's gonna be. Like I'm super involved with stuff in my school. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be missing a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah.
I just never in the past like involved myself in it. And then like one of my friends reached out to me who was a student there, and she invited me to do it. And I was like, you know what, why not? You know, COVID was sort of in the midst, so I didn't have as much going on. And I put myself out there for that, and winning it definitely a surprise for me. Like there was a lot of really talented kids there. So but it's been super fun. It's been super fun to have other people collaborate with me on my music, and to also just see like the little things that I created in my room become like real songs.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. It's like definitely putting yourself out there too,
Yeah.
which is really impressive. So now that we're getting kind of back to normal, how are you balancing that with being a high school student? What does that look like for
Um,
you?
it's kind of hard this year. This year's my senior year, so I have a lot of things going on, but I'm trying to like tone it down a little bit. But I still have lots. I'm involved in band, so that takes a ton of my time. But it's definitely a balance between the things, but I like being a part of it all. So it's like work, but it's work that I enjoy doing. So like it's never like truly work.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that I've had to like juggle with, and just sort of picking and choosing when I do things. So
Yeah, for sure. Um, so what do you enjoy most about making music? Is there one thing you can pinpoint, or is it kind of all over the place?
for me, I guess I enjoy music, like making music the most, just because I enjoy like the feeling of like the completedness of it. It's like a project, I guess, and I'm like very much a perfectionist, so when something gets like finished and I feel satisfied with it, it's just like, oh, like a sense of relief, a sense of comfort. And writing songs and being able to like take out my personal experiences in life and things that I've seen and put them into words, and then it's also like therapy in a way. But just being able to have those thoughts completed, and also being able to share that with others too. So
Yeah, so is that something you're doing all the time then? Are you always writing, or do you like sit down and have specific times when you decide you're going to write a song?
it's sort of back and forth. Sometimes I hear a tune in my head, and the melody, like that's what comes first. Or other times it's just like some lyrics that I really like and I think would sound great with some music. But it's never scheduled. It's never like something that happens like because I'm set a time aside for it. It's more of just like sporadic, like, oh, that would be a really good song. Let me just like sit down and write that out real quick. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a favorite of any of your songs so far that you've written or released or maybe not released yet?
um, I don't have any music released yet, sadly. I have like some things up on my YouTube page, but
Yeah.
that's pretty old. And November 20th, that's when they're gonna release the EP with me for my little album we've been doing with Review. But I think like it's kind of a tie between two songs for me. The song that's gonna be the single and the lead for my album is called I Found Heaven. I really like that song. I wrote it about like my friend, but like in a different perspective. And it's just very storytelling song, like about love and about like friendships and being with somebody. And then the other song I really, really like that I wrote is called Criminal Eyes. It's more like, not like jazzy, but just sort of like sneaky and like takes a different tone that I don't really write with. And it's also very storytelling, and it goes throughout like this process of someone like being cheated on, and it talks about like metaphors and then like direct and the build up. And I don't know, I really like that one too. So it's pretty much a tie between those two.
Sweet. Yeah, that's something I noticed and liked a lot during your set is like a lot of the songs seem to have a storyline, which is really fun.
Yeah, I definitely love writing with
Yeah.
that in there. So.
Do you have any artists that inspire you in writing and making music?
I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, so definitely listened to her growing up a lot, and she's a wonderful storyteller. We also listened to country a lot growing up, and I'm a huge Carrie Underwood fan, and she definitely talks a lot about like storytelling and using metaphors. And then I also love Adele, so sort of like a combo of those three for me.
And kind of going into that, do you have any advice for other young people that want to make music?
I guess just sort of go for it and like stop procrastinating it. I think that's what I did. Was I was just like, oh, there's never the right time for it. There's never the right time to do this. There's never the right time to put myself out there. I'm too scared what people think. I think if you want it, you just sort of have to go for it. And also make friends, keep people in your corner, you know, find other people who like what you like doing too. And then you guys can build each other up.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's so hard for people. It's just, you just have to do it. Which is like easier said than done. But I think you've done that well, so that's impressive. Do you, in your performance, have you performed often around Columbus yet, or are you still working on it a little bit?
I haven't made very many like gigs for myself. I performed at like a cafe, and I performed for my family, but that like doesn't really count. And then I just recently performed in the Ohio Creatives Festival, which was put on by Groovy as well, and their students. So I've been in like a couple things, but it's definitely a lot more recent. I never really like put myself out there when I was younger.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you think that being in band has contributed to any of your like performance styles? Are you in marching band, you said? Yeah. Do you think that's helped you in any way?
I think so. Like definitely growing confidence, I guess. And like in band, the way it works is like, you know, you start as a freshman, you start really little, and then you grow and you become like the leader and you take on those leadership roles. And I think that definitely has impacted me and how I have sort of like viewed myself and my music, as in like I sort of created it, but then I never took like the what's it called? Like I never took the jump to truthfully like be a leader for myself and I work out there. But I definitely think band has also contributed to like my confidence in performing and performing on different instruments and doing different things, and you know, just being around people who like the same things too. So
yeah, I feel like everyone I know who grew up in marching bands feels like it's like a confidence booster being in that kind of community. So do you play multiple instruments then aside from guitar? Because we just have you on guitar in our set. Yeah.
My mom taught me piano growing up, so that's sort of over no man's land. I started playing oboe in 6th grade, but so that's like my main instrument for band, but you can't march that. So then when I became a freshman, I played the synthesizer in the front ensemble, which is the piano basically. And then after that, I became a drum major or field commander, the person who conducts. So I conducted.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that gives you a lot of good rhythmic background too. So you haven't performed much, but do you have a spot that's been really fun for you, like maybe at school or at one of the cafe you said you were at? Was there one that was a favorite so far?
For me, I think I'm like, it makes me nervous, but I definitely think it's most rewarding for me to perform in front of my friends. Like in school, they've always given opportunities for students who want to like show off different skills they have to go up and perform. And like they did a lot for me in middle school and then also in high school as well. And I definitely think performing for like my friends and my peers and people who I know care and support about me, that's always been my favorite, and my family too. So
yeah. And so have you always grown up in Columbus and gone to music stuff around here, or do you have roots elsewhere?
I was born in Columbus, so I've always been here. I've been in the same house since I was little, so just around the corner.
Do you have any other local artists that you enjoy that you know of that maybe other people don't?
um, I'm trying to think. I love Cade. I love his band,
Oh
Cellar.
yeah,
Such a
yeah,
big fan of them. I think they have great work, and I love him. He's so kind, so nice. So definitely support them.
for sure. Yeah, Cellar Dweller's awesome. I can't wait for their set to come out again. um, let's see. Trying to think. I feel like we've covered a lot of the bases I wanted to cover in a short amount of time because it's just the two of us. We don't have a big band. Oh, kind of speaking of that, is it more intimidating performing just by yourself as like a solo act?
It's weird. So like I'm in theater, and I think the first time I ever performed with like a group of people was when I did our musical in like my freshman year. And it's definitely a very different dynamic because performing by yourself, it's sort of just like you, and you're only responsible to yourself. So if you don't prepare on time, then that's just letting yourself down. As where if you're not prepared, like in a group setting, then you're letting the team down. So it's definitely weird, a different vibe. And I don't prefer one or the other. I actually think I like playing with myself better and just having my own sets because I like being in control of everything. So being able to like know what I'm doing and maybe like go with the flow or switch things up, it's not all set to a T. But I think that the only thing I'm missing when I'm performing by myself is sort of the energy you get from the other people around you. Because if it's just you on a set and the crowd isn't giving you anything, it's sort of like you just got to bring it all. But with other people, it's like you can work together to make that happen. So
Yeah. Have you been so with your work with Groove U, do you have any collaborators on that album or is it all you?
it's all my own original music, but the people that I worked with helped add stuff in and like their own cool little flares. So it was just sort of like a collaboration with their students and then the older like workers that they had there helping. So
Awesome. Is that coming out soon or is it are you done recording that now?
I'm finished with my recording. They're mixing it and then they're going to send it to somebody to be completely finalized and everything. And right now we're working on a music video that will come out with the album too. So that'll be super exciting. And all of it will be released on November 20th. So.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be great to look forward to. Well, I don't think I have a whole lot more for you. So I guess we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for doing Indie Fest. I really appreciate it. Sorry this was kind of short, but I feel like we kind of blew through my questions. So yeah, have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye.